viewers, welcome to another exciting episode at BBSN. Today we are here with a very successful man, if I could say that, a man of God. When I see him, when you hear about his story, you're going to truly believe that God does beyond even what you can imagine. We are with Edwin Maingi. Welcome, Edwin, to the show today.
Thank you.
We are very much humbled to be welcomed in your home. And we hope you're going to tell us more about yourself.
Yes.
So that a person out there will be encouraged by your story.
Definitely.
So tell us, when were you born? Where were you born? Such things. Who is Edwin Maingi, in short?
Okay. I'm a child of God. I was born in the streets, in the ghetto, and just life in the slums, you know how it looks like. And that's how I grew up. Just one very tricky life, challenging. And I grew up as a child. We were three of us. Just grew up in the streets of St. Lee, where after today I'm known, and my name grows down there. Yes, as a small child, struggles of here and there in life in the streets, and just became. I grew up, studied there till class 4, and then I moved out of there. And then later on in life, joined into business. So brief from just slum boy. Yes, the guy from ghetto.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they say that you can get out of the ghetto,
yes,
right?
Definitely, which is what I've done.
Yes.
Yes.
And you've made an impact in your life, and you've made something good out of your life. So
I
tell us, when did you begin that journey? Like, when did you realize, everybody is unique in their own way, right?
Yes.
And we all have a purpose.
Yes.
When did you realize that you are not born to be bounded by the notions of the ghetto?
The problems you go sometimes, it's either they build you or they destroy you. And in my case, I was at a point that I don't see any future anymore anywhere in life. But it reached a point I had to see the bigger picture in a different way. And that is the point I said, no, I never want to go back to that life I came from. I never want to go back to that struggle life again, ever again. So I just reached a point I said I have to subdue, conquer, and supply. Thank God, I'm in the process of achieving all those three things. Yes, and the struggles you can go, there is pain that can make you die or change. Thank God, the pain that I went through helped me to grow to where I am.
Sir Julie, go through hizo vitu zote, tueleze in details, hizo pain, hizo frustrations, unajua kulifika time ukafilika unaweza takata kugive up, but bado ukajipeana.
So, my story goes back in the year 2003, where our house caught on fire, and my siblings died in the fire. I survived with my stepsister. It was just a night and fire caught up, and we ran out of home. I woke up, I tried waking up my younger brother, he didn't wake up. I woke up my younger sister, and she woke up and we went under the bed. So in a short while, the mattress caught on fire and started melting. And so I had to call my little sister like this. And because it was on melting, it made the pain was too much, I couldn't endure it. So I ran away and ran out of the house. I was taken to hospital in Kenyatta, which I stayed there for 1 year. My sister joined me at some point, but she died due to a lot of carbon monoxide intake. But that was just a beginning of the life that was to be, which is now the hardest because of rejection. People don't understand the marks on your body. People don't want to understand you, the pain and all that. So it became one of the hardest lifestyles to live, because there was rejection. People were calling me Nyamachoma, names would be all over. So I had to change a couple of schools. I had to change what? Mindset was not settled. I couldn't come, I'm bandaged, I'm in school. This one is calling me, this is calling me.
You don't have friends.
You don't have friends. You see, that kind of life was too much. Then you go to high school, it's the same thing. So it was one hell of a life, I can call it, but it was an experience that was worth a while, and it was worth it. I went all through that, and finally, well, whatever happened, happened. The change can be seen now, I didn't expect I can have hair one day, because the bands had gotten in my head, but here I am. They have changed. The head is a little bit different. So as I was saying, life was, the burn or even the hospital history was not that hard than the continuous life.
Yeah.
You know, you have come out of hospital, you burned, you have bandages all over, you have a parent, I mean, your parents feel a little bit, so you don't have anybody to take care of you. So school was hell of life. When you go to school, they're calling you names. Your machoma is the name. Another one is calling you what name. Another one is calling you what name. It became one of the hardest kind of lifestyles to live. And trust me, if it wasn't for God, I don't know how I would have survived. Because it all started from 2003, 2004, 2005, all these years in primary. I had to change a couple of schools because I couldn't contend. Students don't want to see me. At home, rejection is too much, so you get traumatized, depressed. You have to become a lonely child. You have to become this, you know, kind of a child. But by God's grace, I was able to go through all that. Even in high school itself, it was one tricky lifestyle, but it passed. I thank God I'm here today.
Yeah, people didn't want to relate with you because somehow they thought that you were weak.
No, they take you as a lame person, disabled. Let me use that. Like, even you, I'm sure, if it were you by then, you wouldn't want to be seen with a guy who is bandaged, you know? And so every time they have you up, they have to ask you for help and all that.
It's like you're incomplete in a certain way.
Yes.
You don't fit in.
You don't. Completely you don't. Those guys don't feel like I want to be with this person. No. Yeah.
Wanaonaje labda mkiwa group moja wewe ndio utafanya wafeli.
Of course. Of course.
So sorry about that. So sorry about that. But one thing is that even in our weakest time, God is still our strength.
Definitely, and I have seen the hand of God. He's really done wonders. Oh my goodness.
Tell us about the wonders.
Wonders, one is that I have hair in my head.
Wow.
Two is that I have now tattoos. They don't, okay, they are bangs, but now they look like tattoos. So somebody will be like, is this a drawing at first, or is this what? You get it?
God's creation.
Yes. And the rest is history. Yeah, like even when I got the mind of business, it was God who put it into it, right? It's put to me patience, aggressiveness, and the lack of doing business. I mean, you wake up, you do something and it succeeds. It is all by His grace. Yes, now I'm a family man, kids, and children. I'm happy.
At least you found somebody who could relate to that pain that you were going through.
Yes.
There was just that part of you that was waiting to experience a little bit of light. You know, I read somewhere it said, when stars know light, they become stars.
Yes.
They are
100%. They are no longer stars.
Yes.
And they won't be. Yes.
They will always be stars that shine in the darkness.
Definitely.
So you outdid the darkness, and here we can see you.
That's what happened.
I'm just hearing your story and I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. If people, listen guys, if people will say that witchcraft is real, then I have to say that God is real. Because there's no way you'll tell me, I'm sure the doctors at some point told you.
They can't understand about the changes of what happened. It was a 3rd-degree burn, and look at me now. My hands are moving. Everything is okay. It wasn't that.
I'm sure they gave you discouraging messages and reports and fines.
I don't even like remembering that because you come out and you don't see like you have a future.
Yeah.
You have to stay another 1 year bandaged. That thing is. And they tell you your brain is going to be affected. Which affected now?
How about now they say that it's affected when you're this successful?
Any story. When God intervenes, He comes and shapes away and puts it somewhere. And it is a move. I don't know.
He already had your blueprint from the very beginning.
Yes.
And He had marked you for greatness.
Yes.
You're from the tribe with a mark.
That's the thing. And that's why we say, you see, God has given you something. No matter how bad if that's not what you wanted, He knows the reason why. If it is that clothing or that person who is very arrogant to you, God has given to you, He has a reason for it. It is there to shape you to become a better person. If you change it, you have changed His will. And that's where many people fail. God brings to, you see this.
Wow. I'm just trying to imagine all that you had to go through, rejection from friends, your age mates. Did you even play?
It wasn't an easy one. All I can just say, because I had to be isolated.
Yes.
It was a hard life. Sometimes I do things and I'm like, okay, did I just do that? So I like playing now, but I didn't do it then. So you'll find me in tennis, you'll find me in war. I didn't do much, even up to high school. And then coming out of there, you're getting into the life of hustle now. You have to do business, you have to do work, you have to look for food, you have to look for work. So I didn't have much time to do that.
But still you turned out to be great.
Yes, it's God. He said, I shape a path for you, follow it. If you don't follow it, so he has his own reasons and always his reasons. Whatever comes is the one who's put it. Just like he's brought you, is the one who's going to always make it. You know what? What I normally say is, we didn't bargain with God to be here.
True.
Did you sign a contract with him anywhere? You did. Yes, was your mother and your father coming together to bring you, but it was predestined for you to be there. So since he is the one, just like he brought the parts and he fits them according to what he said in Acts, then let him do that to us. And so long as you know the secrets of wealth and wherever he is in the Bible and in him, is he not your father?
Yes.
That I didn't ask you to be here, so bless me like you bless the others.
Yes, and I'm already your child. And plus God is the king, meaning we are princess and princesses.
Definitely. So giving up, I've really given up so many times. I've reached a point I felt death is the only way. I've reached a point of wanting to take my life. I've reached a point I feel, and I'm saying this because I guess everybody has gone through the same thing that they used to. You know, there are those points. Right now it's Christmas. Okay, fine, it's December. We are coming to another new year. There are people who are marrying, there are people who are having fun, there are people who are broke, there are people who can't even move, there are others who lost their lives, there are others who lost their legs, there are others who are sick, there are others who are dying, there are others who are getting auctioned, and all this is life for all of us. And what we just need to understand is that we should not give up. Just as much as the circumstance of the situation is hard there, no matter who you are or wherever you are, I don't have people to run to. I have God to run to. And if you can keep it that way, you will not go.
Because back at that time, people would listen to the reports that the doctors were giving you.
Are you asking reports from the doctors? Ask reports of the teachers. Have you ever been in a class and teachers come to ask, where is that failure of a boy? Can you imagine? So the doctors were better off. They said what they said and it was done. But all these other years growing up, you have teachers criticizing you. It's one lifestyle.
So if the teachers criticize you, certainly your classmates will see this is the way to go.
That's the way to go, and then you just have to end up to grow up something called a defense mechanism. Right now, if I insult you, I tamper a place that you don't like, a defense mechanism will come out of you. You will exchange a word, and insults will come, and that's how people end up fighting. So we grow defense mechanism. Most crippled, most disabled people, most rejected, isolated people, they have a defense mechanism that grows in them. And that's why if you want to know the weakest point of any person who has a mark or whatever it is, touch their mark and you'll have touched the wrong place. But if you want to build them, touch their weakness and make it in a better way, that person will change. And that's why you find those guys who are running on the street, they are very bad words because they feel like the whole world doesn't want them. And you see, that is the hardest position. The whole world is a problem to them. It's like they came alone. So, for them.
There's nobody who is going to understand your situation.
Yes, but there is hope. Our God is there. There is hope.
Wow.
No matter the situation, there is hope.
And hope brings light.
That's the thing now.
Once you have hope, you're certain that you just have light.
And you're good.
You're going to go.
Yes.
Wow. Viewers, I'm really excited right now. I feel like I can conquer the world, by the way, from what I'm just hearing. I cannot imagine when somebody didn't have hair, and right now I can see hair with my own two eyes. It's really amazing. So tell us about your business.
Well, so I didn't have a business mindset in my life. I grew up in the streets. You come out of high school, you've gotten your D. Who's going to accept you, Chloe?
No.
So you just have to get into building mujengo, construction businesses and all that. But one thing, when God has put you somewhere, He knows the end for you. You don't know it. So if you had asked me some years back, I wouldn't have told you I would see myself one day seated in such a place. If you'd asked me some years back, I wouldn't have told you I knew that one day I'll dress the way I'm dressed. No, because I came out, got into small jobs there. My life was go there, do building, construction, or whatever it is, get your 200 bob, go home, sleep, and life goes on. But sometimes later, I got this opportunity that opened my mind, and I learned I can buy and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. So I became an hawker in the streets of selling cockroach and bed bugs. Merchandise. Those guys unaonaka pale barabarani. Uwe panya mende mosquito kunguni. I'm the guy. Wacha kizungu mingi tunaongea hapa. I was the guy. So watu wapanya mende, waseme huko Kayole wapi, Dandora.
Unajua dawa ya mende nimekapa.
Zote ni mimi kwa na kazi. Wewe uko huko na wapanya mende tunauza kunguni mosquito siafu.
Wa kunguni kwa.
That was life. Well, so in the process of it, I learned that I can do fumigation. Yeah. So as I get into estates, nikaanza spray or nakadhalika. Well, life continued. I got into that business, so I'm still doing fumigation. I'm still a pest control guy. I don't like be so pest, man. When you get into somebody's house, you're bitten by a mosquito. I don't like that. Mara cockroaches. So I got into that, but they used to say when you have cockroaches, you're rich. But now, if you compare cockroaches of here and the other side, you can't say it's rich.
But you cannot.
It's a bad life.
Yeah.
So, well, I got into supplies chemicals of killing cockroaches, bed bugs, mosquitoes. In the process, I got into somebody, especially my wife, told me we can get into human hair business. Yeah. And I got into it. Yeah. And so we got into cosmetic business. So we are doing human hair. I'm doing general supplies, whatever comes along. I'm also doing pest control services, and I'm just getting to growing from where I am to more bigger state. Yes.
Somebody will ask. Mtu anatuambia ni pest control.
Yes. Cosmetics, those are two different things.
Exactly.
Yes.
Alafu, how come you merge them and become, and it's like a bomb?
Okay. I have learned from business people one art of business, one rule. Today a businessman will come to you and he will share your idea and say, my idea needs 5 million to be launched. They'll give you the 5 million. They're not involved, they're not following, but they're going to share the profits with you. Now, that is the heart of business. On the other sector, what we young people don't understand is that you can have different categories of businesses you run without your involvement. Now, I've learned the skill of incorporation. I understand you have a mindset you can run this. Let me give it to you, so long as I have a share with it. So that's how come I am diversified. I am a thinker. Actually, I sit down, I think a lot of things. And to be able to control the mindset I have, not to make the mistakes, I need to keep my mind so occupied and busy. And that way, for somebody like me and other thinkers to avoid, people like me can fall into depression so quickly. So you have to put your mind so busy. You have too many things engaging you. You have what. So because of that, I decided, I can handle whatever comes my way. So you just diversify, take small money, put here, take small money, put here, take small money, put here. So don't be shocked if you find me in the media too. find me in politics too.
Ah.
Yes. So I am that open. I'm a diversified guy. I want to take any risk. Take business. You make millions by losing, and you make billions by losing millions.
It's not one river that fills the ocean.
Yes,
it's many rivers, channels,
definitely,
tributaries.
definitely. Actually, the many channels you have, and the lower you have to remove,
yes,
the better. Yes, yes. So if there's a river that has so many inlets that feed, and it has one outlet, that one will never run dry. But if you have one inlet, and you have so many outlets, you won't last for long.
So mtu asikae pale akisema tu yeye ni mama mboga.
No bana.
Aleta
Actually, wamejandaruka siku hizi. Utapata mama mboga ako pale, ako na kaduka pale, anaonekana anauza nguo pale, and you wonder, but they don't say themselves. They are very sharp.
Yeah. So it's better diversification.
Yes.
And
take
lots.
risks. We are young. Let's lose money. You are questioning the spare, they are going to use it.
It could
feel the pinch. It could be the change.
Yeah.
Call you, stay broke. Lose again, stay broke. Make again, stay broke. Save again, go. Make and you sustain yourself.
Dama vijana siku hizi wanataka mtu akieka leo au moke kesho.
No. I understand the guys in ghetto because of me. And even up to now, I don't feel I've achieved anything. Hakuna kitu nimefanya. No. I still want to do more. I still feel like there is a lot of space left. Yes, so there's still more to be achieved.
There are a lot of voids that need to be filled.
They are still need to be filled. There's a lot more to be achieved. There are people who, there are people who 1 million is 1 shilling to them, while as we say 1 million is a lot of money. So what if we test that space?
I'm really encouraged by your story, and I'm learning a lot by the way. Very soon pia nitakuwa mwanabiashara mashuhuri kama Edwin Maingi hapa. So there's somebody, as we wrap up the show, we've heard your story, we've heard your businesses. I will not ask about challenges because I know you've gone through a lot and you've overcome as it is right now. But then there's somebody out there who has heard your story and they're like, if Maingi made it, then I can do it. So give that person morale. Charge them now.
Guys, I guess, wow. Now, one thing I can say is we have a problem today of hope. We don't have hope in any way. We have become so today lifestyle that we don't believe in the future. And that is what is killing us young people and everybody out there. Even the eldest ones, some of them are pushed by today. But let not our today situation kill us. I have learned, if it was for me to take the today situations back in the years, I wouldn't be where I am today. But because I believe there is tomorrow, there is an hope for tomorrow and a future, I tend to give everything to God. Because you don't bring yourself to here. Take one thing for sure. If your parents are there, they're the ones supposed to provide for you. And if they're not, they're doing the wrong thing if you're underage. So don't be pressured by the pressures of today. Because you've seen me driving a car, you want to drive like me. No, you don't know what I've gone through. But if you can have hope and have faith with the same God, because there are stages in life you have to go through. You have to subdue, and subduing means go through all the troubles. My friend, you're going to hustle, you're going to be on the ground, you're going to be broke, you're going to lack things, you're going to start with kabambe phones, go to this phone. Even if you're rich tomorrow, you're going to have some problems. So you have to subdue, you have to conquer, and then remember the supply will come at a later time for you to run foundations. So for you not to be able to give up, let your dad be your dad, and he is God. And the same God who brought you in this world, he feeds those birds you see flying, he feeds those things you don't know how they survive, those animals, he can feed you. He is the father of wealth, as he says in Proverbs. So the best way you can do is test him in his word. Daddy, are you not the provider of this and that? Don't you? Why me, your own likeness, is suffering? And you will see what God will do to you. Do it with one heart and let him. And he will do. So don't give up. Life is still there for you. If you're told you're going to live for 10 years, 100 years, just have hope, move, and be patient with God. God does not want people to rush Him. And if you rush yourself, you're going to reduce your own years that you are supposed to live longer. So don't rush God. Go with His pace, no matter the circumstances. I had to spend some 4 or 5 years in the slums for me to be seated where I'm seated today. So don't worry, whether you're in the slum, whether in the ghetto, whether you're in the streets, it is a stage that is shaping you to be a better person tomorrow. You make a mistake in that stage, you're going to be stuck. You go the right way, you will move. That's how it works. So
Hope, and more hope,
yes.
and more hope. I hope, viewer, you've been charged, you've been encouraged by Edwin's story. I'm telling you, we can start delving into every details. We'll spend the whole day trying to talk, but we only have the basics. Just take what this servant of God, if I may say, has told us. Hope. Just hope. He's our hope. He's our light. Let Him illuminate your paths for you. May you take everything that you do and place it in His hands. Whatever situation you're in, let it not discourage you. He's the one who made you, did not create yourself, and He has a purpose for you. He also says that He has a good future for you. So viewers, I don't have much to say. I just don't have much to say than to reflect on the word that I've discussed today with you people. So make sure to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to like our channel as well. Also remember to follow us on Facebook, BBSN channel, and God will surely bless you. Until next time, I'll make sure to bring another hot story for you. So next time, see you. Bye bye. From me and Adrian, bye bye.
Bye bye.